This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Feeling overwhelmed by climate change? Looking for sustainable and ethical brands to support? Then Ethic is perfect for you. Ethic is a simple browser extension that helps you find sustainable and ethical brands online. Learn more at ethyk.org, ethyk.org.
Hi, and welcome back to Realistic Sustainability Educational Shorts. Does this seem like your town or your city is doing all these renovations and changing the design just to slow you down? Every time you drive, it just seems like they're doing something that makes you slow down. If so, awesome. Everybody wants to drive as fast as they can, but that's not a place to drive fast. That is a place for people to enjoy their town. We are finally starting to see changes in some big cities, but even smaller towns where there's traffic calming effects. Yeah, there's even a term for it, traffic calming. They're really trying to keep people from driving erratically because, face it, it hurts others. It creates accidents. There's a lot of things that happen to pedestrians, and it stops people from wanting to walk or take their bicycle. It makes it so everybody has to have a car. That's how you get traffic. So they just work on traffic calming. There's a lot of things you see changes in. And there's some pretty big steps happening, even in some small towns. We have some here in this small town of Duran. We have those bulb outs at the end of the corners. We got all kinds of stuff here. Pedestrian refuges. But here's what we see primarily through a lot of the cities. Shrinking of the roads. They talk about giving the roads a diet, something that could easily be done here in Duran. We have massive roads. Easily, down to suburbs could be turned into a 4-lane street. We don't need that kind of space. You shrink it down because as a driver, if you're closer to the cars parked on the right next to you as you're driving by, or there are things real tight, you slow down and you pay more attention. So that's why shrinking the streets slows people down. Are they going to do it on expressways and highways? Of course not. Go fast. It's for downtown spaces or populated areas. Shrink it so people pay attention more. Less accidents. Reduce the number of lanes for cars and increase the lanes for walking and biking. But they have to be protected. Sometimes you'll see that there's a tree line between where people bicycle and walk and where they drive because it creates this safety barrier. You have to try really, really hard to get through a line of trees to go hit someone. And to be fair, most don't even want to hit someone. There's something has happened that causes the accident. So that barrier keeps people safe. And if people feel safe, they'll ride their bikes, they'll walk, they'll do all those things, less cars on the road. You also reduce the amount of lanes in general, because when pedestrians cross streets, you have to put these little islands in the middle. Not everybody can cross 4 lanes quickly and efficiently. And of course, if you don't make it, there's always going to be that one person who slams on the brakes all dramatic like and slams on the horn like it's an 80s movie. So we don't even give them the opportunity. You shrink it down, slow them down, and make it a shorter span for people to cross the streets. You sharpen turns. I talked about the bulb outs here in Duran. We have them. It kind of comes out beyond the normal driving to where when you turn, you have to turn much sharper. If you're turning sharper, you're slowing down. That is very important. Roundabouts. Oh my goodness, I got so much slack from the short way I did about roundabouts. Seems like everybody in the US is freaking out because it's relatively new to us, but they're safer. They make people pay attention. You don't have to stop. It's better for emissions. It's better for your fuel economy. It is a much better way to manage traffic than just having stop signs. So roundabouts being placed in different areas so everybody pays attention. Also, keep parking right on the side of the road because here's the deal. As you're driving down, I'm always worried someone's going to open a door. You know what I do? I slow down. I am not that person who's going, well, if they open it, I'll just rip their door off. No, I care about people. I have empathy. And to be fair, I don't want to destroy my own things or theirs. I slow down. So if we have street parking, by default, your instinct is to not cause damage, not cause grief, not hurt people, and you slow down. Again, that's a traffic calming way of building an environment. The goals are really, really simple. Reduce how many people drive on the roads, reduce the smell of the emissions, reduce the emissions, increase citizens' health. The more people who walk, the more people who bike, the healthier they are. Everybody knows I'm a big guy. The more I walk, the better I feel. And the better health the city citizens generally have. On top of the fact that there's less emissions, they're not breathing in all those emissions from all the vehicles sitting there idling or driving by. There's also improved safety factors, reduces the amount of motor vehicle accidents, and reduces the amount of pedestrian accidents with motor vehicles. When designed correctly, the city is safer, both for the driver of a vehicle and for those walking. You also get an opportunity to improve social equity, because here's the deal. The more you walk up and down the streets, the more people who talk to you, the more people who sit and hang out with you, the more people you meet. Communities grow stronger when people are on foot because they tend to talk to each other more often. They go into the local businesses. They spend time with other people in the community. The social equity is immensely stronger when we have a walkable city. And that leads into the final part. The fact is, when everybody gets along like that, you have strong social ties. And that is a key environment to a town or a city. Now, I didn't add this to my notes, but I'm going to say it now. When you have a walkable, comfortable city, when someone comes to look at a house, all they see is this calm environment, this welcoming environment. So house pricing, you actually gain equity when the city understands the kind of environment people like. Calming is rare in today's world. If your town can give that sense of calming, those houses are in higher demand. So the next time you see a change on your street or in your town, stop and think before you get upset. Is this something that is going to help everybody? Not just help or hinder me, but everybody. Is this one of these traffic calming improvements? If so, be happy. That means your city gets it. Your city is making improvements to make your life better, even if you're irritated at the moment, because you're trying to get somewhere and you're trying to get there now. But in the long run, I promise, the more you experience these on foot primarily, the better it will be. The more people you will see who want to be in your environment. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this short. If you did, share it with a friend or on social media. You're always welcome to support Realistic Sustainability as a monthly sustainer on our Anchor hosting site just by searching Realistic Sustainability or going to greeningyourlife.org/podcast. We do appreciate it. I kind of hope that we get to a point where a whole bunch of people give us $1 per month for a year, and then we don't have to do marketing and advertising. Way easier. But if you can't do that, I totally understand it. Then just leave us a 5-star review. Makes me feel good. It gives me the warm fuzzies. And let's face it, it manipulates the algorithm to put us out there in front of other people. So if you like this show, maybe someone else would too. And last, I've just added this. You can follow us on things, not only on the podcast, but yes, please click the follow, even if you don't listen to us every single day. It just helps. But you can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Yep, all of them. So between Nick and I, you could probably follow far too many things. But we appreciate it if you chose to. Thank you again so much for taking the time to listen to us. And remember, we're just trying to get a little bit better. None of us are perfect, just trying to get a little bit better each week. Little bit, big bit. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.